I'm pinning the title. Ooh, I can actually change my... Hello, hi Celine. Oh my gosh, I'm talking to myself while I do this. Okay. Let me just see. All right, cool. The title is pinned. Hello, 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 hello. I pray that the connection is good. So, happy Friday, happy Friday, happy Friday. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Hello. Hey. So today I haven't been reading from an online magazine in the longest time. I think this whole year actually. Yeah. So I'm going to be looking, I want to change how my PC is stationed. So please be kind. Tell me what you guys are reading this week. And like people who read a book a week, like please tell me where you're finding the time to read a book a week. I need to know. I am currently reading Girl, Woman, Other by Bernardine Evaristo, and I'm still reading. We're actually doing a buddy reading with two of my friends, Charity and Simole. We're reading Being Lily by Carnita Loxton. So I'm reading this week. It's two books. No, yeah, two books because Bernardine is the audio and the physical copy. So yeah, that's what I'm reading. I'm reading from Lolwe. It's been a while. I think last year was the last time I actually I haven't read an online literary magazine in such a long time. Where do they find time? Oh, Bobby is saying, where do people who read a book a week find the time? Like, guys, please tell us in the comments. But anyway, so last year I had a series where I was reading from online literary magazines every Friday, if I recall, but it is in IGTV, so you can check that out. Just scroll down. But there is, like, I've pinned all the series. I read from Lolwe a few times. So sometime this week, I got onto Twitter and I saw a story, and I was like, okay, I must read something from Lolwe. It's been a while. So yeah, I'm actually excited about the story, guys. I hope I don't take too long. So I must just start now. I'm gonna start with reading the author's bio first, and then we will start with the currently reading. Okay, let me just read the comments first, and then we will start. So let me know which literary magazines do you read from. I read from Lolwe. I read from Doek. I know Doek just released now this week. It's Monday. I need to catch up with my reading. So yeah, Doek Lit Mag and Lolwe is where I normally read from. So Lolwe is LOLWE.org, guys. I will type everything up for you in the description after I do the reading. And then as usual, I will load this video up on YouTube as well. If you're not subscribing to the channel, please do. I'm learning how to edit and post content on the YouTube channel, I promise. So please subscribe. This video will be saved on there as well as a form of archiving, as you know. And yeah, what are you guys reading? I know, grab, I'm gonna read everybody's names as they appear. Grab Your Coffee says, I'm currently reading Bessie Heads When Rain Clouds Gather. Oh, I also read it. I read it for the live reading a few weeks ago, which was like, yeah. And the twins nanny is actually reading something from Bessie Head. So yeah, And Bala writes says, right? Oh, Bala Writers says, I am currently reading Critical but Stable by Angela Magolwa. Ha. And how are you finding it? So yeah, people who read one book a week, we want to know, how are you doing that? Where are you finding the time? Please let us know, you know. But yeah, so that's it. No more comments. Listening to audiobooks now. Thank you. I'm reading The Year of Yes. How is that going for you? I've read, I think that's the reason why I stopped reading reviews. I'd rather like a picture of a review and save it for later. I can't actually, no, I was saying, now I'm losing my trail of thought. I was trying to say, for The Year of Yes, yes, I've heard mixed reviews about it. So I hope listening to the audiobook is a different experience for you. I know that with Bernardine Evaristo's Girl, Woman, Other, I am quite enjoying listening to the audio. And when I do find time during the evenings, I actually go back on the book, on the physical book, and I read the book as well. So I think that's another thing for me. The books that I'm choosing on Libby app to listen to are the books that I have physical copies of. So it helps a great deal for me. Grabyour.coffee says Lolwe is great, right? Like, guys, Lolwe.org, LOLWE.org. If you're going through a reading slump, just log on to Lolwe.org and go on there, and there is a whole bunch of things, like stories, like everything, non-fiction, fiction. Guys, support Lolwe and Doek Lit Mag. They are doing a great thing by publishing all short story authors, and actually and long form authors as well. Their work is on the air. So yeah, check that out. This, just a warning, this video is going to be long because I want to read the story and, like, you know. Musa Nati says, I will definitely try lolwe.org. Thank you so much. Troy is on here, and Troy says, I agree. Okay. Bobby says, I have a physical copy of The Year of Yes. That's why I started with it. It was so difficult to read. Yeah. Short stories, poetry, everything is on lolwe.org, guys. Just get onto it if you're going through a reading slump. It actually really helps. And Bala Writer says, uncritical but stable, it is wild, and I'm enjoying the wild ride. It's nice to read familiar references like Woolies and Santon, right? I actually enjoy those. Yeah, I think that's why I like reading local books more, because I can create pictures in my head. Okay, all African writers, yes. Grab your coffee is right. Like, literally everything is on there. Okay, I'm gonna read about Lolwe. I don't know if, no, actually, just do your homework. Go onto lolwe.org, and then yeah, you'll find out about the creators of lolwe.org, the team behind Lolwe, and yeah, just go on there, and then I'm gonna start reading the author's bio, and then we will start with the story. Sibongile Fisher is a writer based in South Africa. Her short story, Adore Ajar, won the 2016 Short Story Day Africa Prize, was shortlisted for the 2017 Brittle Paper Literary Prize and the 2018 Nomo Awards. She won the 2018 Brittle Paper Literary Award for Creative Nonfiction for her essay, The Miseducation of Gratitude, published by Afro Anthology in Selves Anthology. She's passionate about accessibility to arts and technology for teenagers across the globe. Words by Carolyn. Carolyn, hello, says, I'll definitely be checking out lolwe.org for sure. Thank you so much. Hey, everybody. Hello. Okay, so let's start with the story. Please let me know or I'll keep on looking just to see if the sound is fine. Let me know if everything is fine, and I'll continue. but there is no book to read from, so I can't face you guys. I'm facing the laptop where I'm reading from. A Road Called Love by Sibongile Fisher. Here there is love. Inside my mother's sacrifice, reaching for fleeting hope. I knew this. I know this now. There is love in this car as we drive on the M1. You turn to face me and smile. Okay, everybody can hear me. Thank you. You turn to face me and smile. Your eyes tell of someone lost. Your smile weighs down the silence between us that has been going on since this morning. I smile back. You turn your head to face the road, and there it is. Blank. Black. In the hospital emergency room, I wake from darkness in a frantic state. The nurses pin me down, but all I want to do is reach for you. I ask for you. The nurses tell me to calm down. A useless exercise that gives them a reason to sedate me. Lucid. Green. In a dream, we are walking down Bell's Street for no reason. You hate walking. I hate walking. We've walked long distances in our parallel lives. We used to walk to different schools, but the distances are the same. We used to walk to the taxi rank, different townships, but the distances are the same. We used to walk from the taxi stop to our office parks, different offices, but the distances are the same. We've walked the desire out of us, but here we are, walking. We reach the end of Emerald Street, and at the T-junction, we choose to turn left and continue walking up Paloma Road. You take my hand into yours and ask me what I think our love means. I say our love is political, and you pause. If God is love and God is a white man, then love is a white man? You ask. I remain silent. Think about it. We have essentially surrendered our lives to God, right? I remain silent. So that means we have surrendered our lives to a white man. God is not a white man, I reply. But no, I don't want to do this right now. This is how our fights always start. I hate discussing religion with you. We continue walking until we reach onto Dom Street. We are silent most of the way. You turn, smile at me. I smile back. This is your way of apologizing. Blank. Yellow. I must have been asleep for hours when I wake. I struggle to sit up on my bed. There is no one else in the room. I yell for help and a nurse comes. She tells me not to panic. My eyes scan the room in search of your face. I pile up all the dead things inside of me and bury them beneath a sigh. I immediately ask her if you are okay, but she ignores me. There is food on the bedside table. She pulls over the tray and places the food before me and walks out. We have been in an accident. I stare at the food for a while before touching it. Wait. Something was wrong. Someone please clarify what does political love really mean? Musanati is asking. Oh my goodness. Guys. Okay, if the sound is good. Okay, the sound is back on. All right. We have been in an accident. I stare at the food for a while before touching it. Last night, we fought about how you make chicken. You make it slightly white and soft. I like it white and tough, overcooked. Our fight escalated from the chicken to about how I leave the kitchen dirty whenever it's my turn to cook. We went on and on about your mother, about me sending money home, about your co-workers, about my best friend, about your rituals, and back to my religion. This is how our fight ended, with God. You slept in the spare bed that echoed a fable nursery. Afraid to colonize the bed, I stayed on my side and in a fetal position cried myself to sleep. It is never about the chicken or the kitchen. It is always about her. My love remains a shadow cast too soon on the brightness of her death. Everyone, including you, compares me to her. In the morning, with nothing good to come out of it, we choked on our hellos and were suffocated by the awkwardness in performing our morning rituals. Instead, I bathed alone and listened thereafter to the tapping water as you showered. You knocked before entering our room, and I opened the door without saying a word. We dressed in silence and held on to our anger. We dissolved our apologies into smiles and proceeded to the car. On any other day, we would argue about whose turn it was to drive, but this time I slipped into the passenger seat and waited for you. A black funeral, a Saturday morning ritual. I didn't want to go to the funeral. I hate your family. They hate me. I don't want to perform my womanhood by displaying how domesticated I am. I'm more of a stray. You know this. Your aunt died a wicked woman. I don't see why I am needed at the funeral, but I couldn't refuse when you asked me to accompany you. You have not grown tired of forcing your family to accept me. It's been 3 years, you always say. You drove with the patience of an elderly citizen, even though you knew we were late. Still, I said nothing. I'm wearing a clean hospital gown covered with the stench of the dying. The nurse returns with a clipboard in hand. I ask about you again. You are resting in peace, she says. She suggests I do the same. She writes on her clipboard and proceeds to inject me with something. It's to calm me down, she insists. I tell her the story of how we met. It's uneventful, really. You approached me at an industry training. You worked for my dream company, and I held the skills required for a vacant position. I continue to bore the nurse with our love story, of how we had sex on our first date and how we were pregnant by the 3rd month of dating, how your wife died 2 months before we met, how your friends and family hated our relationship, how none of your family came to our wedding. I couldn't tell the nurse we lost the baby. How we lost the baby. Why we lost the baby. By the 1st year of us dating, our love was wrapped in grief and silence, and yet we still got married. We tried having another child. This is what would make me real to you, what would humanize me as your wife, make your family accept me, especially since your first wife couldn't bear children. We tried but failed. I just wasn't falling pregnant again. You kept a picture of your first wife in your wallet, which I was never allowed to touch. You made me do all her favorite things. I hated it. You knew this. Lucid, blue. In the dream, we are still walking, but I am growing tired with every step. You ask if I want to rest. I say no. We reach Blowboss Road. There is nothing here for us. We stop. I sit on the paving while you lean against the stop pole. Will you leave me for a white man? Why would you ask that? You have so much faith in one. You kneel before him and bear your heart out to him daily. God is not a white man. Then what is he? What God would kill a black child before he is even born? I remain silent. You remain silent. You hate the fact that I am Christian. I hate you for this. The silence between us is a game we play. We blame each other without saying anything. You blame me for not seeing the sangoma who told you we would lose the baby. I blame you for not praying hard enough. You say our love is cursed. I say God is our missing link. I get up and start walking. You watch me for a while before you join me. We keep walking until we get to the garage at the corner of Mills Drive. We are parched but don't stop to buy some water. The thirst is a form of sacrifice, a punishment we endure in the hopes of finding something on this walk. There is no true purpose to why we are walking, and yet we keep going. We turn right onto Main Road and continue walking. It is only when we get to the dam behind the McDonald's that we realize we are alone. We have been walking without seeing any people around or any car driving by. You want to swim in the dam. You can't swim. You ask me to teach you. I want to say no, but I don't. We make our way through the marshy land and wade through the waters until you throw yourself into the dam. You are swimming. I don't know how. You can't swim. I join you. You grow gills on the side of your neck and dive deeper into the water. I join you. Underneath, everything is bright and slimy. We are laughing. There is joy here. I want to stay in the water for a little longer, but your face changes. Your eyes turn into sapphire, and your hair, a raven black, turns to silver. Your skin turns green, and your fingers grow into long seaweeds. You swim deeper and deeper, sliding through the light as though you were meant for this. I swim up to the surface, frightened by this image of you. In the time that I've known you, you have never seemed so alive. I make my way out of the dam and find you waiting for me on the only piece of rock there is. We make our way back onto the road, and our clothes are dry, untouched by the water in the dam. We do not find this strange. Instead, you say, it's beautiful to be alive, to truly be alive. I remain silent. You say this as though you have never known life. People like us are living but not alive. Thank you for swimming with me. I remain silent. We continue walking in silence and turn onto Crest Road. Your face tells of a man who doesn't want to turn back. I am tired. I want to rest, but I also want to continue walking. I am thirsty too, but I have no desire to quench it. There is a simplicity in our love that is unwound by our walking. So we continue. The houses are dancing to an obscure hymn. The sun refuses to set, even though we have been walking past horizons. We reach Tattle Road. You are tired. You stop at the gate of the cemetery and turn to face me. I'm sorry. For what? For always making the chicken how I like it. I'm sorry too, for always leaving the kitchen dirty. We go back and forth apologizing for everything we've done to hurt each other. I'm sorry for making you carry the pain alone. I'm sorry for blaming you. I'm sorry for not saying good morning. I'm sorry for bathing alone. A baby begins to wail in the distance. I'm sorry for making you go to the funeral with me today. I'm sorry for not trying harder. I know it wasn't about the chicken. It was about her. That's how she liked her chicken. I'm sorry for leaving the kitchen dirty. I know she liked to clean the kitchen while she was cooking. You turn and start running in the direction of the wailing child. You stop, turn to face me and smile. I smile back. You turn and start running again. I run after you. The nurse is doing something to me. She pins me down. I want to tell her to stop. I want to tell her she is slowing me down. She is calling out for help. I am running after you. I am slowly running out of breath. There are 3 others now pinning me down. I want to stop running, but I don't. I keep running. I see you pick up the abandoned child. I am drawing near, guys, but the road is stretching my scars thin. A woman appears and you embrace her. The 3 of you start walking into the horizon. I call out to you. I keep running towards you. You keep getting further and further away. The nurse places a mask over my face. I want to tell her she's suffocating me, that I am running out of breath but need to get to you and the baby. She injects me again. I can feel the sedative slowing me down, but I keep going. I reach you and the baby. The woman whose face I know from the picture in your wallet is carrying my child. She cradles him in her arms. You all turn to me. I ask you to take the child and come with me. You refuse. I try to hold you, but this time I can't. Your face changes again. Your eyes turn into amber and your hair turns gold. Your skin is blindingly bright. We are made human again, you say. You smile at me, then at the baby, and then at the woman. I smile back. The sun is now setting. I want to say, I love you, but there it is. Blank. Black. I am in a room with no lights. I imagine you to be next door. I am at peace knowing this, thinking this, believing this. I think of last week, of how you wept in my arms after we made love, how you held me thereafter and I wept in your arms. We stayed up all night drinking wine, talking about politics, blackness, relationships, the system, change, technology, and I even convinced you to pray with me. You prayed in silence, and when I asked you what you prayed for, you told me you prayed that God kept us, that you asked for us to be alive again, for us to find our love again. I should have asked you which God you prayed to, but I didn't. I close my eyes and imagine your face. The weightless silence is disrupted by a raspy yet energetic voice. You are lucky to be alive, but I do have some bad news, the voice says. I open my eyes. I am still in the hospital, but in a different room now. I turn to face the doctor. We managed to remove all of the glass and repair most of the damaged tissue. You have stabilized, but you won't be able to walk again, she says. What about my husband? Your husband died on the scene, ma'am. My condolences, she replies. There is silence. May I please have a glass of water? I ask. And that was A Road Called Love by Sibongile Fisher. I read from Lolwe magazine, lolwe.org. That was a short story, a beautifully written short story. Guys, like, hi Sarah, hi everybody, hi Laura. Yo, this story. I needed to read this story because it's so beautifully written. And Sarah asks, Umpile, how did we offend you? Please, why take us through this emotional roller coaster? Yo, I know, right? Musanati says goosebumps, chills. I need more. Carolyn says the reconciliation was beautiful. Like, Troy says, I love seeing these reactions because I remember editing that story and being on the brink of tears. Like, I needed to read the story because when I read it the first time this week, like, I literally, like, I almost cried because, sure. Wow. Troy says, but Sibongile wrote this with such mastery and skill. Yo, it's chef's kiss. Like we need more. Like, she needs to write more for us. Like, yo, Musanati says, it was really beautiful because the first wife couldn't have kids. Exactly, right? How can it end with a glass of water? I know. Maybe it's because they never drank water when they were walking on the dream. Phew. You need to read the story again. Like, this is the reason I don't like reading short stories. Mutwa, like, I know, like, but I love them. They are really like, exactly. Sarah says short stories are like a shot of caffeine. Like, okay, I need to go back up. I think there are some. Okay. We choked on our hellos. This prose is so beautiful. I know, like, someone please clarify, what does political love really mean? So Musanati asked this while I was reading, because she also described their love as political. I feel like because she is white and he is black, you know, so it is political. And that was my own understanding. And Musanati says those fights sound like everyday love experiences, right? The fighting about the kitchen. I also prefer cleaning while I go. My father taught me that you must wash as you go. As I'm cooking, I love that. And people who are messy are just like, what? How? Even my family knows by 6 p.m. when I come downstairs to start cooking, or earlier or whatever, there must be no dishes in the sink. That's my kitchen and that's my preference. So I'm probably like the first wife. Okay. Yes, Carolyn says always mundane things. We choked on our hellos. This prose, guys, we dissolved our apologies into smiles. I like how they apologized with the smiles and silence. Are they married? Yes, they married. This is a beautiful story, right? That's why they hate her. So they are married. Yes. I'm so glad I caught today's readings. Thank you, Sarah, for joining, and thank you so much, Troy, for joining as well. Okay. There's no more comments. What a wow. He was creating an image of his first wife. That is the sadness about loss and how people deal with loss as they try to move on. And I feel like maybe the family also hated the fact that he moved on too quickly, in their opinion. I mean, they met 2 months after the first wife died. Yeah, God is not a white man, right? Like, how Sibongile? Yo, we blame each other without saying anything. Mm. She's so brilliant. I'm starting on her soon after this live. Yes. The thirst is a form of sacrifice. That's guys. Okay, it's my first hearing of her. I will be researching her works after this. Yes, we clearly need to read Sibongile Fisher. I didn't know about her up until this live. I'm so embarrassed. Such pure, effortless talent. Brilliant. Like, yo. And she gives voice to some of our most deepest musings on life. And like when they were driving and they were silent in on the highway, and I liked I feel like the interludes, like blank, black. It's when she's being injected with a sedative, and then she becomes all blurry. Everything just becomes black. And when the accident happened, she went blank, and it was black. I liked that as well, because it's like there's impact. Sarah says, love the distinction between living and being alive. Sibongile Fisher writes beautifully profound sentences. And Laura says, beautifully written. This is such a beautiful love, but so, so complex. The road is stretching by my scars thin. Yo. What is going on? Is she dying? You see, Troy saw all these reactions. He's dead, met with a miscarried child and his first wife. She's in the hospital not wanting to live, but to follow him. Yeah. Unless I'm not getting it right. This is so heavy. Oh my goodness. Like, guys, this is the reason I don't like reading short stories. Oh, that was Motwa. Short stories are like a shot of caffeine. That's the perfect description of short stories. Literally. It's just a hit, like pa. And then you continue to the next one. That is how I like short stories to be. You end up going like, what? What the actual hell? Yeah. This was a beautiful, beautiful story, and I cried listening to this one. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. You read it exceptionally well, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, Musanati, for joining. I love how she tied in why she left the kitchen dirty. That was an act of rebellion. Yeah, it was beautiful. I'm actually thinking that I will also bring back the readings from online literary magazines and any short stories as of now, because I used to do it every Friday last year during the hard lockdown, and I enjoyed it. I read from a whole bunch of online literary platform, from the Johannesburg Review of Books, and then I started Doek Mag, and then I got onto Lolwe. So yeah, I really am gonna start going back to them, even if it's once a month or whatever, but definitely. So do tune in every Friday, guys. 5 p.m. is the time. Sarah, I'm not sure what is your time that side, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I actually just like, now I'm like, okay, I need to, I wish there was more of this. But yeah, I just recently, actually before I started this live, I recorded a book haul / book drop from a publisher, and what I received this week from like a second-hand bookstore, Bellissimo Books. And Troy says, please read from Isele and Bakwa too. Will do, definitely. So guys, you see, we have homework. Read from Isele and Bakwa too. I'll also write about them on the description as well. So yeah, please support all these online literary magazines. Subscribe to the newsletters, because they do send out newsletters when they drop new work. And Lolwe also posts on Twitter. All of them are on Twitter, Instagram, and they post regularly just like we all do, all the bookstagrammers who are actively sending out work of African authors and African literature. But yeah. Oh, and Sarah says Saraba magazine. That's another one that we can go on to see. So if you are struggling with reading and going through a reading slump right now, guys, online literary magazines, literary journals are the business. Sorry, I keep on looking here. I'm just looking out for any comments. And Sarah says, oh, 3 p.m. GMT is your time. Okay, so when I'm reading at 5, you are tuning in at 3. So we are 2 hours behind. Okay, yes, we are. Laura says, we'll check them out. Thanks. Saraba, Troy says, Saraba has been so quiet lately, but it's such a good magazine. Okay, awesome. I'm going to write down all the literary magazines on the description once I'm done with this. And this will be saved on IGTV and on the YouTube channel, BookTube. Yeah. I have, as a form of archiving all the live book readings that I've been doing in the past year, I have been loading them up onto YouTube in case something happens to Instagram. You never know, fam. So, yeah. And there is a little bit of new content, so please subscribe. And I will be doing a giveaway because my target was 300 followers on BookTube, and I did reach it about 2 weeks ago or so. So there will be a YouTube giveaway, or maybe I'll do a Twitter giveaway. Yeah, because I'm on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and the website as well. So yeah, I'll see where I load it up, but it will be before month end March. I will run the giveaway for just to celebrate my birthday month. March is my birthday month. So yeah, I hope you had a great reading week, and I hope you have a great reading weekend. I'm planning to, tomorrow I've got 2 things to do that are bookish from mid-morning till the afternoon, so I'm looking forward to that. Like, we are doing things with some bookstagrammers. It's so amazing to just connect, even though we can't connect physically, but yeah, that's what we're doing. And I'm looking forward to another week of reading and a weekend of reading and listening to audiobooks and stuff. So thank you guys for joining me, and thank you Troy for joining in as well, and thank you Sarah, thank you everybody, thanks Carolyn, Laura, Fano, Henry, everybody, whoever joined in late. This will be saved on here on Instagram TV and on YouTube in a few days. Thank you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah.